What's good? What's good? I am back, one and only Paul Masson. Another live from Fayettenam Friday on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Um, Today I got an extra special guest. I always say I got a special guest. We got an extra special guest today. She has a single dropping January 15th, if I'm not mistaken, called "You're Gonna Want Me Back." From what I've seen, she's the first woman in R&B history to have her first three singles go #1 on the Billboard R&B charts. Plus, her debut album went platinum. Let's bring on the one and only superwoman herself, Karyn White.
What's up, everybody?
Karyn, how you doing?
Hey, y'all. How you doing?
Doing good. I'm glad you were able to do this interview.
Oh, me too. Me too. Nice to meet you.
You too. You're still beautiful as ever.
Hold on. Let me get situated. Why is it like, okay.
All right.
Where's the middle? There we go. What's up, y'all?
So I was doing my research. You got a nice little history here.
Yeah, thank you. I also have my cousin gave me this song. It's called Hot R&B Songs Billboard. So it's really cool because for Christmas I was looking at it. So I'm like, wow, because sometimes you forget like all the songs that have charted and what the numbers were. So it's really cool because I get to see everything too. So it's quite an accomplishment, right?
Yeah, definitely. When I saw like you were the first woman to have your first three singles chart on the Billboard R&B at #1, I thought that was definitely an accomplishment.
Correct you. It's actually the debut.
Okay.
The first, because I was like, wait a minute. Janet, Whitney, Anita, no. So all of those other, but then I thought about it. Okay, Janet had her first record out wasn't with Jam and Lewis. Remember, she had I forgot, Dream Street or something, I think. And then Anita Baker was with Chapter 8, and then Whitney did something with what's Michael Jackson's brother? What's his name? Jermaine. Yes. So that kind of disqualified them because I just could not believe it. I was like, is that really true? But anyway, they tell me, Karyn, take your flowers, and you did this is what happened. So I'm like, let me stop trying to figure it out.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
So it said you sang in the church choir when you were young. You worked as a background singer?
Background singer.
And then it said, then it said you sang on a song with Jeff Lorber. I'm not familiar with him. I guess you sang on 3 songs with him before you got signed.
Wow. Okay, so let me tell you who the incredible Jeff Lorber is. I didn't know who he was either until all of the musicians, because I'm a big musician girl. Back in '80, when I graduated from high school, I went on the road with O'Brien. I don't know if you remember him. Don Cornelius from Soul Train managed O'Brien. We opened up for Cameo. So a lot of my band, of course, they know Jeff Lorber, Jeff Lorber is a keyboard virtuoso. And jazz, big in the jazz world, jazz fusion keyboard player. And Warner Brothers at the time was looking for an artist. They wanted a female and a male, sort of like what they did with Quincy with Patty Austin and James Ingram. They wanted to do the same thing with Jeff Lorber, introduce him to more of a pop R&B, try to get hits that way out, and not just only have the jazz fusion. So I was afraid. I'm like, I'm not a jazz singer. So I was so intimidated. So I'm singing and I auditioned and I was able to get the gig. And another friend of mine by the name of Michael Jeffries was the male vocalist. So we were both signed. Okay. We were both, the goal was if the record did well enough. So we released an album called Private Passion. I sang 3 songs, he sang 3 songs. And so we both were able to get deals. Our records, I know Facts of Love was top 20 and Warner Brothers, signed me to my deal. So that's how I got started in the business.
Okay. So those songs basically led to you getting signed.
Yes. If they did well enough. So I got signed and Warner Brothers was just, a boutique label, just dream, all of my favorite artists, Prince and Madonna and Peter Gabriel and God, just so many, Shaka Khan, Al Jarreau, all these amazing artists were with Warner Brothers. And so I was very blessed to be able to get signed with Warner Brothers.
Now, how did you end up on the Jeff Lorber album?
As I was saying, they picked me. I auditioned and they were trying to do Patty Austin, like what Quincy did. So that's how I got picked.
Okay.
I auditioned and all that great stuff and made the cut and that's how I got picked. And the management had some great management too. Left Bank Management. They managed Richard Marx at the time. I think they had Tony, and Jeff Lorber and myself. So I was with a great manager as well. All these things make such a big difference. And I say that, looking back at it. So like your management, your label, those, they set you up for success or not,
So your first album was self-titled debut, 1988. It was produced a lot by L.A. Reid and Babyface. How did you end up working with those guys?
Well, Benny Medina, he was my A&R person and we were really loving with the work they did, with Babyface's album, with The Deal. First of all, The 2 Occasions was hot. And then they did something for The Whispers, Rock Steady, which we loved. Then we heard some stuff by Bobby Brown. They were working in studios. So then at that point, we were like, wow, we thought it would be a great fit. So they loved my voice from Jeff Lorber's Facts of Love. We met and we started out doing a couple of songs and then they wound up doing 6. And it was incredible, just the chemistry that we had and just them understanding at the time, what kind of songs to give each artist, Bobby Brown, and the new Jack Swing. And now when I look back on it, I opened for Bobby Brown on a tour. So we toured for like about a year and a half. Okay. Those were when we really had tours. So really, I was very much like Bobby Brown. We both were dancers, very energetic. And it's kind of like the female version of him, except for Superwoman, which was my empowerment song, which separated me from a lot of the dance artists at the time, the Janis, the Jody Watleys, the Vanessa Williams. And so it was really a big record for me.
So you had 3 singles, did very well, album went platinum. When you look back at that debut album, did you realize
I'll be
3 number ones?
Yeah, look,
did you realize that would become like did you realize that become such a defining moment in R&B history? Like before the
No,
album dropped?
no, no. Of course, we all want success, but now looking back at it, and
Yeah.
even, it's just you hope, you know what I mean? But there's no formula, there's no guarantee, and it was just really incredible. Like I said, starting out, we had Ernie Singleton, who led the marketing and promotions, and Coming with the Way You Love Me, which was a gold single, and then Superwoman was a gold single. And we're not just talking about in the States, we're talking about internationally, period. I had a
Yeah.
big international presence in Japan, Europe, as well as South Africa. So,
Yeah, I
yeah,
actually seen you had a good presence in Japan as well.
yes, yes. So, and I felt so great about, especially London and all these. I felt like London was such a cool music town, and they just understood artists. And for me to be liked in London, that was a big deal to me, to be able to have the success over there, because I really love the whole sound that was coming from London, Tears for Fears, and what's his name, George Michael, and all the 80s, and it was just incredible, with a lot of Terence Trent D'Arby.
Yeah.
So yeah, it meant a lot to be able to be international, and I'm really proud of that. That Warner Brothers really did do a great job at crossing over the music internationally.
Were you surprised at all that you had a big fan base in Japan?
Oh my God! Well, yes. I was really surprised when I went over there, and the women, especially in a very submissive, um, not feminist country, to see that the that the women were,
Yeah,
really
yeah.
want,
Especially
really,
back then. Especially back then.
yeah, especially back then. They really felt like they wanted to be a superwoman, and they, after the show, they would just tell me all kind of things. How do I do it? It was just really interesting. I was like, no, I'm not telling you to be a feminist. I'm saying, in America, we're talking about being taken for granted. So, you know,
Yeah.
so it was really cool to see how they really interpreted that music, and how they embraced it.
Well, like you say, that's like a women empowerment
Yeah.
anthem.
Mhm.
Even decades later, like, so what does that song mean for you today?
Wow. What it means today. Okay, well, first of all, I was really too young to really fully embrace saying I'm not your superwoman, because at 22, to me, a superwoman has to go through some things in life. That's what, resilience, and all of these things that kind of make you a superwoman. So back then, I really can't say that I had gone through much, but today when I sing it, I really understand why there's women, that it is our anthem, because it's just about being not being taken for granted, and being loved, the same way that you love, and that's really, we as women, we take care of everyone else. So we're always the last person to take care of ourselves. So, and people kind of expect you to have that superwoman complex, that you can do everything, but this is saying, I'm not her. Wait a minute, I don't want to be that girl. Like,
Mhm.
please, so this is really, what, I didn't write that song. I wish I did, but that's really what the great Babyface and L.A. Reid and Daryl Simmons had in mind, and that's one of Babyface's favorite song. It's weird to hear. It's weird that he'll sing it in concert. I'm like, okay, he sings the song, but he loves it so much, and of
Wow.
course the audience does. But I was just like, that's kind of weird, Babyface, but okay. And sometimes he's called me, and I've also performed it with him. But he really loves that song, and he, probably because he had such a really great relationship with his mother. Just a very sensitive guy who's always, you know, been a romantic all his whole life, he said, you know.
Well, why we talk about these 3 number 1 hits, I mean, it's not every day that musicians have 3 number 1 hits on their debut. Do you feel like any pressure after that, like going forward with
Oh, wow.
trying to repeat the success?
Hold on for a second. You know what? You got to stop. I'm sorry. Derek's not in here. My assistant, my manager. Be quiet, MJ. 1 second, you guys. Did I feel? Yeah, of course. Of course, I felt. I
You
felt.
good?
I felt a huge. What did you say? Did I feel? Was I? I forgot the word you used.
Pressure, like
Pressure.
trying to.
Oh yeah.
Did you feel a lot of pressure trying to, you know, get that success again?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I did, and especially because things were changing. Okay, I got caught up in, you know, LA and
Mhm.
Babyface were so famous and so incredible with number ones and writing for artists, and you know what they did in that era. That
Mhm.
Clive
Yeah,
offered
yeah.
their own deal, so they needed to find their own Karyn White, which is why Tony Braxton pretty much came to about. So the fact that I didn't work
Mm.
with them was really, that was the scary part, because we're like, oh my God, there was such a chemistry. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Why? That doesn't even make sense to not work with them, right? So, of course, I've always been a big Janet Jackson fan, a big Jam and Lewis fan, and I love the fact that the difference between Jam and Lewis and Babyface was that they really would let the artist pretty much project what they're feeling, do a lot of the writing, and they really made sure that the artist, not on every song, but they really wanted the artist to be involved. And so I was a songwriter. I wrote before, before I even released these records, I co-wrote some things for Stephanie Mills, for Five Star.
Okay.
I can't even remember. I've had some songs penned. Oh, Rochelle Farrell. I have her first single, "Till You Come Back to Me." I co-wrote that. So working with Jam and Lewis, I thought, okay, this is, they were more, especially Terry. He was like, we shouldn't be doing this record, like, but we're going to try to do our version of what we think they
Okay.
would do. So Romantic, they did a great job with Romantic. That was the first single, which was a number one record for me as well, R&B and
For all
pop.
genres, right? Yeah, all genres, right?
Yeah, all genres. So
Yeah.
that really, and that album was called Ritual of Love, and I remember Ritual of Love. I remember singing. I wanted Prince to work with me. I came to Minneapolis and met with
Who
him.
does it? Who does it?
Yeah, exactly. Who didn't want to work with Prince? And he's like, "Oh, you're in
Yeah.
good hands." I'm like, "No, but they're not you." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
don't be greedy. You know what I mean? You had Jam and Lewis, you had Belly and Babyface. It's like, okay, Prince is like, you're in good hands. And I got to think about it. Those, even Jam and Lewis, as even though they've had all these hits, they still feel the same way too. It's like coming behind another producer. You know what I mean? It's
Uh-huh.
like, why aren't you guys working together? So anyway, that was my pressure.
Well, what was the reason for that? I mean, you said things were changing. I mean, was it your decision to just, since you didn't have L.A. Reid and Babyface, to just go with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis because you had the opportunity to work with them?
Well, of course, I wanted to work. I would have loved to work with both of them on that
Yeah,
album.
yeah.
But they only, there's two conflicting stories. So I got to
Okay.
talk to L.A. Reid and really find out like which one is the truth, because I just heard recently, maybe a few years ago, that him and Beanie Medina. I remember this. Pebbles, he was married to Pebbles. He brought Pebbles to a Warner Brothers function. Benny Medina was upset because me and Pebbles were kind of in competition on the label. And I wouldn't really
Okay.
say competition, but of course, that's how labels look at it. We're all
Yeah.
trying to get that number one spot, right? And they didn't want Pebbles there. It's like, this is a Karyn White function. It's kind of disrespectful. So I heard that, that they had words between him and LA, and Benny said, you won't work on another record with her. So that's what I was told.
Yeah.
And then I also heard something whereas, they could only do so many outside artists with their deal with Clive. So combination of that is what happened. And like I said, it was a great experience working with Jam and Lewis. Like I said, being a co-writer, having my first record hit number one with
Yeah. It
them.
seemed to work out, right?
Yeah, it seemed to work out. But the sad part, what didn't work out was the management.
Okay.
I had George Michael's management. I used to be managed by Larkin Arnold after on my first album. After I was signed and released an album, and Larkin Arnold was the president of
Oh man,
CBS,
my
and
camera
he's
just
the one
went
who
off.
signed. Yeah, he put together the deals for Michael Jackson, Sade, Marvin Gaye, Luther, Natalie Cole, the Cat. So what happened was on the second project, Ritual of Love, my new manager wanted to take me more pop, and we had such incredible R&B music on the which I felt like we should have solidified those ballads. There's a few ballads, one that I did with Jam and Lewis, as well as Michael Powell, Anita Baker's producer. I wish we would have released those records because I would have definitely had another platinum album. But we went the pop route. We went, which, you know, it wasn't as strong as like that Superwoman record. We didn't release that.
I'm having camera issues over here, but we're gonna keep it going.
Oh yeah, I was wondering what happened, but I'm like, okay, let me just keep it going.
My camera just cut off. I don't know what. I've never had this happen before, but
Oh,
we're gonna
shoot, you
keep
want
it
to look
going.
at it for a second? Go ahead.
Let's see.
What did I do with my phone? Why are you doing that? Because I need to have him. Hold on, I'm gonna have him come
Okay.
get. I'm gonna have him come get MJ
What
because
is
I don't
going
like
on?
business. Derek. You need to stop. Let me know when you're ready, okay? Stay right here. Hey, he's barking everything. And
Please leave your message.
are you ready? Huh?
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, my camera. I can't get it come back on, but I still want to finish this interview up
Oh, okay. So we'll just do it. Okay.
because most of the clips are gonna be with you, anyways.
Oh, okay. So we're good. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not even gonna be in the clips. I don't even know what's up. Why my camera's not working. I
Oh,
just
okay. We'll
tried it.
just go head on, huh?
Yeah, because I'm trying to cut it on and it's not working. All right, so I still got a few more questions though.
Okay.
Okay, so we talked about romantic being number one.
Yeah.
You had your third album.
Make him
It
do
said
right.
it didn't do well, it said sell wise, but it still charted well with some of the singles. It said.
Actually, let me tell you about that record. Yeah, chart wise it didn't, but it's actually outperforming Ritual of Love right now. So I'm
Okay.
yeah, yeah, it's actually outperforming Ritual of Love, which was a gold album. So um I've worked I kind of got caught up in the middle of me and Terry were kind of going through things in our marriage. So I remember that Warner Brothers told me, we had released Hunger. I went to 18, and then I think we released Can I Stay With You, which was the Babyface. I had gotten Babyface, so I had both of them together on this project. And
Mhm.
Can I Stay With You was 10, and but internationally, this record is really kicking butt. So it's it maybe not have done well in the States, but like I said, in South Africa, it's huge. It's my biggest project, and I go over there and I sell out, arenas, and so I had no clue about this
Mhm.
because I left the business for 18 years, right?
Wow.
And this record came out in 94. Apartheid lifted in 94. So my music, they knew my music. So they were, so they had to write about essays, about what did Karyn White mean on I'd Rather Be Alone Being Happy and Superwoman and Make Him Do Right, all these things. I had no clue. I left the business in 90, right after that album. And I come back into the business in 2012. I go
Okay.
over there in 2017 and I had no clue, how big I was. And that, like I said, that album, Make Him Do Right, is a really big album. So it's kind of like, like I said, maybe, and that's the beautiful part about being international is that, just like Tina Turner, sometimes, things are better in other, in other countries. So I was able to still be a success, even though I had no clue. I'm like, oh my God, I went over there and I'm like, it's just people meeting me at the airport, fans, and I'd never been there. So it was really special to me to have South Africa, and to where, so now when I play, like I have like 5 single releases from the Make 'Em Do Right album. So my catalog over there, I have like, a lot of hit songs to sing, which is good. And they love the ballads, a lot of the ballads from me, more so than the up tempos, but that's kind of cool.
So you got this new single about to drop. Is January 15th, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes, the pre-sale is yeah, pre-sale is on the 7th. You're gonna want me back. And this is really, I'm a big Raphael Sadiq fan. I'm a big Earth, Wind and
Who
Fire.
isn't?
I know. Look, you crazy if you're not. You know what? And that's the one person I'm hoping to work with because he's had hits in all the, in every generation.
Mm.
People don't realize that, with the Solange, I love the Cranes in the Sky, Fuck Up the Night with Beyonce. And I think there's something else he did with Beyonce. But I mean, he's just D'Angelo, just his projects. So this, I was really inspired, this record. Like I said, I love the Cranes in the Sky. I love Snow Allegra. These are some of
Hmm.
the new artists out here. And I just really, like I said, Earth, Wind, and Fire. So I said, I want the horns. So we even have horns in there that kind of got the Earth, Wind, and Fire vibe. I work with Derek D.O.A. Allen, who is a producer and longtime friend. And I knew that I love this Dionne Warwick hook. It was, one of Dionne's, not her big pop records, but it's one of those songs that, were like a B-side. Some people, Holler Doja Holland wrote it. I heard this record, like, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago on the
Hmm.
radio here in Georgia. It was like a college radio. And I never heard it. And the hook always stayed with me. So I kind of started as I got my download. I'm thankful. I was like, but I've changed the hook. So I kept the chorus, but then I told Derek I wanted to, kind of do instrumental, kind of like some people kind of say it sounds like Lenny Kravitz a little bit.
Okay.
So I'm a big Lenny Kravitz fan, and I just love the fact that I was able to totally change it. The music is different. Only thing we kept original is lyric and melody, but we changed the verses, we changed the music. I even changed the melody of the chorus. So
Okay.
it's like art, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I was painting with all these colors, and I'm a big Dionne Warwick fan, the first princess of pop. I just thought this record was just, I think Usher even may have done this. I think Usher did this song too. So this, most people, I haven't talked about this. They don't know that. If you know it, you do. But some people don't know that this is a Dionne Warwick chorus. And I'm excited about the record, about the new sound for me. I'm a big Donald Glover, Frank Ocean, Prince fan. I'm eclectic type artist, Janelle Monáe. So I didn't want to um, I didn't want to try to come out being what I wasn't. I just want to
Uh-huh.
evolve. I wanted to evolve into this girl because if you've seen me live, a lot of people kind of don't realize that, like, whoa, it's like just a lot of energy. Like I said, the female Bobby Brown, kind of Tina Turner. So I have a lot of rock influences in me, and so yeah. So even this whole project, we're doing kind of like 60s type, because this record was done in the 70s, and this next
Okay.
record got like an Amy Winehouse kind of feel. And I just miss the artistry of like everyone having unique sounds. Like we grew up, a lot of the 60s and the 70s and 80s. That was the beautiful part, is that there was so much individuality with all of these artists. And I just feel like that's missing. And I wanted the record to feel fresh. And I'm excited about it. It's been getting pretty good feedback. We're on the charts now. And we'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to, this is what the feedback too. This is a grown woman's anthem. So it's like, you're going to want me back. You're going to need me. You're going to want me back, so, and it's not even so much a woman, because this is a universal theme, right? Men can say the same thing, right? So it's, but for Karyn White and my audience, I'm being a woman. I think that a lot of women they've told me like, wow, this is how I feel, especially like, later on in life, things maybe don't happen, or they do, or, people fall out of love. And these are just I think it's a grown woman's subject matter that,
So it's not about one specific person, though, right?
oh, no, 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 no. No, it's not about one specific person. No.
Last I saw on the Wikipedia, it says you were with Al B. Shore. Y'all still together?
No, that's actually a fib.
Is it? Oh, it
Yeah,
said
I
y'all
mean,
was together since 2012 on your Wikipedia.
never. It's so cool because, like, me and Al, we took one picture together. And it's like, since then, it's been like, but it's like kind of cool to say, like, okay, well, look, he's like, I don't mind. I said, me neither. So, he's a sweetie pie. And,
And y'all had to compete for awards one time, I thought. I saw.
yeah. And, we were on the same label with Warner Brothers.
Okay.
Yeah, through Warner Brothers. So, but yeah, that's really cool. No, the only celebrities, yeah, that I dated is Terry Lewis.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah.
Yeah, that was my husband, of course. Yeah,
Yeah.
ex-husband. Yeah.
That was about, yeah, I was about to say this song ain't about hours.
Oh, I know. You're
Because
gonna want
it
me
said y'all was
back.
together for 2012, and it just said like it didn't have no ending date. I was like, wow.
Right. You're gonna need me one day. I know him said that, like, if y'all want to say that, like, even if I say that, some people be like, she's lying. I'm like, whatever, y'all. But no, Al is a good guy. And really, for the females out there, for the guys, that most people can relate to this subject matter, that things just, for whatever the reason was, right? This is in relationships, this happens. And so I think it's a good subject matter to talk about. Yeah, you're gonna want me back. So we can all say that, I bet, to somebody in the past that a relationship didn't work out, and that's what happens, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
I got one more question before we let you go. So what's next for you? I see you did some movies too. So you got a whole album coming out? Any movies?
wow, I know. Like, it's like, let's not. That's a big deal, because doing a movie. Let me tell you what we did. It's called Gale in the Storm, and this is funky. This is what, remember I was telling you about that raw Tina Turner. All of that album is very
Yeah.
70s influence. Please check it out, you guys. Stream it. It's really funky. The movie is on Tubi right now. It was on Amazon Prime, and I'm not sure where it's going to go, but it's a piece of content that I'm proud of. Left the Business. It's about a revolutionary manager who hooks up with, no, it's about a revolutionary. What am I? Okay, let me say this. I'm an artist, stepped away from the business, it's loosely based on my life. I hook up with a revolutionary producer and manager, and he tries to get me back into the game. So that's what it's
Okay.
about. And it's loosely based on my life, and it's a great soundtrack. It's called Gale and the Storm. I'm Gale, and the Storm is the band, and it's a great music film.
Okay. And you also did the BET centric television series Beauty and the Baller, correct?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I after I got out, stepped away from the business, I got back in it in 2011. Started acting, and acting was the best thing for me because it just, I had acted before in high school, but doing it as a grown woman is just really cool because doing everything as a grown woman is cool because you understand who you are, right? You're not searching like I was in my 20s, and you know what I mean? I know who I am. I know what I, stand for, and I know my reason is I'm doing this for love, and not.
Hmm.
So acting was a big part of helping me grow and get back in the business and become super duper fearless motherfucker. And so it's like it really just opened me up because as an actress, you have to really be able to communicate, and when you're doing scenes, you have to use your life and all these great things, and it really helped me to just be a performer. And so I feel like at coming back into the business, the second half is going to be, I'm really excited about it, because I just, I definitely feel that the internet, there's, we're independent artists out here, and
Hmm.
I'm just not depending on radio. I hope, that we have a top 5 record, but I'm going to promote this to my fans. And this is really something where, the artist today, it's not so much about like, trying to be famous. It's just servicing the people that love Karyn White. And, you find your own fan base, and, you love them, and you make records for them. And so that's what I get to do. I get to travel the world. I get to put money into my 401k and all these things. And this is great, right? You get to do
Yeah.
this, and it's a blessing. I was just able to acquire my master's back from Warner Brothers this year. So
Oh man.
really, yeah, I'm really excited about, just being in business at this time, and going after it and letting people know, it's like, go after your dreams. You know what I mean? I'm a dream chaser, and I feel like I have so much left in me. I feel like I'm 35. So I'm
You got a
hope.
lot left in you. I interviewed Lenny Williams and he's still going strong at 80.
Oh, yes. I did a show with Lenny. Isn't he so amazing?
Oh yes, he is. Oh
He's
man, he
so
is.
cool. And like people like that, and when I see Patty, and see these people just still loving what they do, and Shaka, and Angela Winbuck, Angela, and Stephanie, and all the girls, Stevie, and so I'm just hoping that, I'm hoping that we can have our day again. Like, I know hip hop, is really huge, and right now things are, Kendrick has changed the landscape to hip hop.
Mhm.
So, or he's talking about something, whereas people are kind of upset. Some of the rappers are saying like he's killing hip hop, So that whole trap style. So it's just, we just got to keep evolving. I'm hoping it goes back to, being individual and letting, just different styles in, and it's not being just so specific. Like, I think most, like today, a lot of the artists sound a lot alike. There's
They
not,
do. They do.
yeah, there's not a lot of diversity. Like, come on. we
It's
we
not.
had Phyllis Hyman, Donna Summers, Dionne Warwick. I mean, those 3 right there are just totally different. Tina Turner, you were able to just, and that's what's, I hate that about it. But I'm hoping that my record, and that I can be, we can look, me and Raphael Sadiq. Come on,
Hey,
Rafi.
you can't go wrong with that.
Look, yeah, come on, like, because the Raphael has always pushed it. What he's done with his projects. So I'm hoping that that we'll be able to, I'm excited about what SWV is doing. I talked to Brian Morgan. the producer of all of their hits. So he
Mm,
said that he's working on a record right now that, Jam and Lewis are actually going to be a part of producing,
okay.
executive producing for SWV. So I'm hoping the 90s can make the 80s and 90s so we can make a comeback. So we'll see.
Well, you said 60s and 70s a lot earlier. I always felt like 60s and 70s was the best era of music. I feel like 80s was rock, 90s was hip hop. Now though, I don't even know. Get
I know.
Afrobeat maybe. I don't know.
Yes, Afro beats.
I mean, I really love
Yeah,
Afrobeat.
me
It's really great
too.
sound.
It really is. You're thank you for saying that. You are so right. And being in South Africa, I'm a big fan of Tyler and just, I'm a piano, what's happening over there. So you're so right. Like that's exactly what's happening. So maybe because, they're telling me to tap into that because when I go over there, they're like, can we do your records? I'm a piano. I'm like, of course.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to really understand it. I know yeah, it's like different from house, but maybe more not as maybe it's more melodic. So
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I do a lot of music reviews on Saturdays. When I get Afrobeat songs, they're very rarely bad.
wow,
They're
interesting.
always really, really good songs. I mean,
So
I mean,
what would you say? So with Afro beats, you're saying you said they're very rarely bad. So you're saying the tracks, the melody, the lyric.
yeah, yeah, they just got really good vibes, man. They're just you can't go wrong because they're dance records, and
Oh, dance. So the
yeah,
vibe.
yeah,
And
you
that's
can't go
really
wrong
what
with a really good dance record. I
got
always say
you.
that.
And that's what I'm looking for. I told Brian, he was like, well, I got one for you. Because I said, I think like internationally, I would love to do something. I love like what Raphael did with Beyonce, Fuck Up the Night. That had that kind of chic kind of thing on it. Roger
Mhm.
Nile and what is it, Roger? What's his name? Nile Rogers. So yeah, I'm just I would love to do, how Shaka did I'm Every Woman and just something. I think Lizzo kind of touches on it. She has a little bit of that kind of flavor in some of her music. But I really would love to do something. I need an up tempo, like how Diana Ross did Upside Down. She came
Mhm.
back. So I'm looking. I need an up tempo hit. So that's what I'm looking for. So pick a
I
hit.
prefer up tempo music. Even
Oh,
though I can't
good.
dance. I mean, I can't dance to save my life, but I just prefer up tempo music.
That's dope. You know why? Because we were talking to some radio people and they were saying these legacy artists keep coming up with all these ballads, right? So at least mine has some beat to it, but
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. You're like you just prefer it. Yeah. So what has been your latest you tell me, what's your up tempo something that I should hear that you would recommend like check this out.
I mean, I don't know no specific artist, but like typically the Afrobeat songs always do well in my music reviews. A lot of EDM songs do well. You
Mm.
know, like you were talking about ballads earlier. I mean, slow songs are good. They're cool, but it's just like slow songs. Some too many slow songs can make you feel depressing. I think after a while.
Yeah, too much thinking, right? Like we want to
Yeah,
have fun.
you got this sad rap stuff. Like I can't even listen to sad rap. It's like I don't want to listen to sad rap.
No, I can't even imagine it
I
sad, right?
want to feel good.
Yeah, yeah.
There's this thing this we've always talked about feel good music, through the years,
Yes, that's what my guy kept saying, my Brian
and
Word.
and, and that's the thing. Certain music just makes you feel good, and you
Yeah,
can't go wrong with feel good music.
got you. Okay, thank you. So feel good music. And you're a big Raphael Sadiq fan too. Okay.
Yeah. I
I'm
was big
taking
on
notes. I'm taking
Michael, Prince, Commodores, Lionel Richie was one of my biggest when I was a kid. For me,
yeah.
the top 3 was Michael, Prince, and probably Lionel Richie.
Oh,
My mom was an Elvis guy, but I couldn't stand Elvis.
oh, really? That's dope. She was the Elvis guy. That's dope.
Yeah.
So I went to go see the Neil Simon tribute band. That there's a movie out called Sing. Sing Sing Song. What one of his songs, Neil
Mhm.
Diamond songs, but it's really great, great film. Um, which I just had no clue. They kept talking about Sweet Caroline, which I knew that, but it was
Yeah.
really great to just relive and his catalog. But yeah, this
And
I'm glad.
Marvin Gaye, I'm really big on Marvin Gaye too.
Oh
Lately,
yeah,
I've been thinking Marvin Gaye might have been the best like music maker of all time. I don't think that's like a
wow, I
yeah,
know.
because he's got a
Wow,
lot of really good big hits. You hear him all through
woo,
the movie. You could just watch. I watch so many movies. It's like watching so many movies. It's like, oh man, Marvin hit, Marvin hit, Marvin hit, Marvin hit, and they be the themes of these movies like most of the time.
you're right. You're exact. Yeah, you're.
Remember the Titans was a Marvin Gaye hit. All through the movie,
Ooh,
it's Marvin Gaye's got a lot of great hits. Really good music maker.
wow.
Really good
Okay.
music
So
maker.
you're
I'm an
saying,
album guy. I like I'm
mm-hmm.
just very
So
picky when it comes to albums. The full body of work, the production, the lyrical content, the delivery, the voice, everything. All the elements. And I feel like you start missing the elements, it just takes away from the album for me. Especially the production it is not good. If your production is not good, then I'm
right, right. You know what? I just heard on Netflix, Dave Chappelle, yeah, Chappelle's
yeah.
latest project, and I loved hearing Joy Inside My Tears, the Stevie Wonder record at the end that he showed the pictures, the black and white pictures, and I was just like, God, that's such a great record. And I remember being a kid listening to that. I think that was from the Songs in the Key of Life, I think. But do you know what I'm talking about? Have you seen the Chappelle?
I haven't seen the new series. I've seen a
Oh,
clip
yeah,
from it.
so good. Yeah. So anyway, this is just like you said, just those artists, you just can't touch
There's
that.
too many that you can name from those eras.
Oh yeah, it's just like
Teddy Pendergrass, Sam
yeah,
Cooke. I mean, there's just too many. We could be on here all day just naming all these
yeah,
great musicians from the era. And it's definitely something missing
yeah,
nowadays.
yeah.
Even with I'm a big '90s hip hop guy, and even the hip hop it's something definitely missing from hip hop. R&B now R&B submissions I get on my music reviews are always really good. Like the
Oh
R&B
really?
artists are really usually good when I get submissions. So R&B right now, especially for unsigned artists, I think they're doing very, very well from what I hear and what I get and I receive. I've never get no bad R&B songs.
Oh really? Okay.
I get bad rock songs, bad rap songs,
Oh,
you know,
gotcha.
but
I see what you're saying.
but
Got
R&B's definitely stepped it up. I'm just from unsigned artists because I review a lot of unsigned artists.
dope. Well, yeah,
And
there's a lot of unsigned. Yeah, yeah, a lot of talent, and a lot of these. I always talk about how great vocally these kids are. They can sing their
yeah,
face off. That's one thing. It's like they can sing. They may not have the diversity. That's why I love a Donald Glover and a Childish Gambino. I mean, yeah,
yeah,
same person.
Childish Gambino. Yep.
Childish Gambino, and I love what's Frank Ocean, because I love that eclectic Prince type thing. I love the different subject matters. I mean, I love that kind of writing, and I think he's like pretty brilliant. And I love Miguel too. I think those are some of the artists that kind of have that Prince type of
What
energy.
about two artists that I thought had one of the best albums in probably the last 10 years for nowadays was Anderson .Paak and Bruno Mars.
Woo! Okay, yes, Anderson .Paak. Oh my God, yes, and
I
Bruno.
they just had a really good vibe to their album. And that's
Yes,
what I'm
just
talking about, feel good music. They had a lot of really feel good songs on there that just
wow.
really good albums, really good feel good songs.
You are so right. And that stuff kind of sounded like Jam and Lewis. Their one of their that song 14 Karat Gold, I think. Da-da, da-da, yeah, yeah. It was like that R&B up tempo feel good.
Yeah.
You're helping me define something. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's really dope. So you're tell me a little bit about your platform. How long have you been reviewing? How long have you had
Well,
your podcast and all that? So
I've been doing
I
music
want to tune in
marketing.
so I can listen. Uh-huh.
Well, I've been doing music marketing for about 15 years since the MySpace days.
Oh, cool.
I got
Wow.
2 podcasts I do. One is Live from Fayettenam because 'cause I'm from Fayetteville, North Carolina, and our nickname is called Fayettenam from Vietnam.
Oh, okay.
So I interview a lot of old school artists, hip hop and R&B. Really a lot of old school hip hop because I got really strong connections with them. But I've interviewed like I said, Lenny Williams, Melvin Riley,
Oh yeah.
cats like that because I got connections with them as well. One of the guys that owns the Dizzle that we had this logo up here. He's the guy. I don't know if you know him, named Livio Harris. He found Adina Howard and produced for her.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna be doing something with Adina in
Yeah, so
Vegas.
I got a lot of connections with a lot of older people in the music
Legacy
industry.
artist.
Yeah, yeah, legacy artists. So I got this podcast, The Live from Fayettenam, which is Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern, and then Saturdays I do music reviews. But I also do another podcast, Paul Pickett Podcast, where I actually interview bare knuckle fighters, which is a very growing thing right now.
You say it again.
I interview bare knuckle fighters on my other podcast.
Oh, fighters. Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah, like
Oh,
combat
so that,
sports and stuff like that, which is a really growing market right now.
oh, good. Well, I just want to tell you, I just want to congratulate you. I really admire all of these podcasters and YouTubers. I mean, that's all I do is I'm a big YouTube fan, so I have such a respect seeing you guys grow your platforms. I think you guys are the new stars and you inspire me. So y'all keep going too, because I mean, it's like no excuse. You do the work, right? You do the
Yeah,
work and it grows, you know. So you
yeah,
guys are really powerful in today's world. So shout out to you too for
appreciate it.
breaking music and being a tastemaker.
And before we let you go, is there any shout outs you want to do?
Oh, I just did it. Just shout out to
Okay.
AJ, working my record, AJ. Uh, God, why am I always forget? What's my boy AJ's last name? Hold on, he's gonna kill me. He he set up the dang Savage. Okay, shout
Oh
out to
yeah,
AJ
yeah. AJ
Savage.
Savage. Yeah.
Yes, and the Karyn White team working the record. And just all of the artists out there, you guys, like I said, you inspire me, keep going. And just remember, do it for love, and you can't lose. Do what you love because that is the beauty of life. And nothing is guaranteed. Even talking to somebody that's had 4 number 1 hits, just be grateful and just keep being a dream chaser.
I appreciate you taking the time out to do this. Shouts out to AJ. My guy Barry Benson is the one that linked me up with AJ to do this interview on the three-way email. So shouts out to Barry Benson as well. And just like your new single, You're Gonna Want Me Back, I'm gonna want you back on here sometime if you have
Oh,
time as well.
great. Yes. You're gonna want me back. Go ahead. I'll be back and I'll be back. All right. Well, happy
Yeah, but
holidays,
you too.
everybody. All right. Thank you, Paul.
All right, enjoy your night.
You too. Okay.
All
Bye.
right, bye. All right, there we have it. Superwoman herself, Karyn White. I don't know what's wrong with my camera. I could not get my camera to come back on. We're gonna figure it out. But appreciate everybody that tune in. Shouts out to my man Ali. See who we had on the Instagram. We had Eros Napon on the Instagram. Ground Up Radio, appreciate you. Chef Hunto, DJ Trey Love, Savage Combat Sports, and some others as well. Appreciate y'all. We about to get off here. We're gonna clip up these clips and make sure we get this word out with this Karyn White interview. And sorry about the issues with the camera. I'm going to figure this out. Never had this happen before. So I don't know why the camera will not come back on at all. I unplugged it, plugged it back in. Something's going on, but we're gonna figure it out. But shouts out to Karyn White, Superwoman. Really amazing story. First woman in R&B history to have her first 3 debut singles hit #1 on the Billboard R&B charts, and then she later had a #1 overall song as well. So I've interviewed at least 3 people that have had #1 Billboard charts on this podcast. Appreciate y'all tuning in. About to wrap it up with the outro. Peace, and I'm out.